This is Catching Up in Quarantine. I'm Jess Solace, and we got my girl Sulem Urbina joining us today. Now, Sulem, we last saw you at Fantasy Springs, but since then to now, how has your life been? Obviously, everything's changed because of the safer at home orders, but how has everything else been going for you?
I mean, as many of you know, I'm married to my coach, so I get to train with him at home. It's awesome. I get to stay in shape, and we do pad work, and sometimes we go to the park a little. We got to get some sunlight, Can't stay locked up all the time. I stay running every morning. It's not like before where I'm training all the time and doing everything I need to do to, stay in the best of shape. But I'm maintaining. I'm in good shape. And when everything, starts going back to normal, I'll be ready to pick up where I left off.
Okay, so one thing that I've heard is that couples are driving each other completely crazy during quarantine, but you are married to your coach. So somehow you guys have managed to spend 24/7 together. So Sulem, tell us, what is the secret to not driving each other insane right now?
Well, honestly, I love him. He loves me. We've been together for 10 years married now. This past January was our anniversary. And it's something that we're already used to. We're used to spending that camp life together, and, like every couple, we get on each other's nerves every once in a while, but you just shake it off. And I go to my room and I watch Netflix and a chick flick, and, he stays in the living room and watches whatever he wants to watch. And I mean, we're pretty chill. We're relaxed. Once we get into fight camp, that's when tensions rise. But it's only quarantine. I mean, we're fine. We get along pretty good.
So before the quarantine happened, what was your plan for 2020? What was like your next fight date that you were looking at?
Well, I was hoping. I've been fighting under GoldenBoy for two fights already, and things are looking good. And my little brother's birthday is May 2nd. So I was kind of hoping that I was gonna get the call to be on the Canelo undercard. I didn't care if it was at 4 p.m. in front of nobody, but it just the date meant so much to me. I wanted to get another win and dedicate it to my little brother on his birthday. He would have been 24 this past Saturday, so Rona got in the way of that, but it's okay.
Yeah. When you said that, I got chills because I know how much your brother has changed your career for you and has really changed your passion for boxing. And you sent me the link to see that documentary, on you and your family. It's such a great story. If anybody has not seen it yet, they need to watch that. But tell us a little bit about your brother and how that has changed, how you see the sport and how you work towards goals, for him.
My little brother, his name's Alexis Urbina, and he's 6 years younger than I am. So when he was born, I learned how to be a big sister. I learned how to change a diaper and take care of somebody other than myself because I was the little sister at the time. So, I mean, we had our little sibling rivalries and stuff. But growing up, once he started boxing, we became inseparable. We became best friends. And it's something it hurts very much to talk about because he was my best friend in the gym. He meant everything to me, and he was doing so great. He won the USA National Championships in 2013, and the dream came alive to try and make it to the Olympics. So he ends up dying later that year because two men broke into our home. And he was taken from us at only 17 years old when he had so much promise. He was ranked number one at 141 pounds in Team USA. And he was just the happiest kid, and he knew exactly what he wanted to do. Now I see all these kids, they're doing amazing. Lamont Roach was his teammate. Alex Rincon was his best friend, on the team. All these kids, they're doing great, and they're signed with big promoters, and they're on their way to becoming world champions. And I see them like they're my little brothers because I know my little brother would be right there with them.
Obviously in quarantine, we all have a lot of time on our hands, right? you were in a video with one of my favorite divas, Franchon Cruz Dezern, and you guys did the challenge where you're boxing. The next shot, you guys are all glam head to toe. Tell me about that video, how it came to be, and for me, one of the coolest things about it is that it had so many female boxers from different promotions, different states, different backgrounds, and you guys all came together for this video.
You know, Franchon is a great friend of mine. We've been friends since we started in the amateurs. And one day I tweeted, I was dying of boredom. And she said, hey, I can help with that. I have an idea. So I messaged her and she spoke to me about the idea, the video. She was the whole creative mind throughout the whole thing. She told me, hey, you're going to have to act like you're slipping a punch, and then after that, you cover the camera. She gave us all the direction and everything, so expect some movies to come out next thing you know with Franchon. But it was just so fun because, I mean, Clarissa, Michaela, myself, we all, you know, Franchon, we all came up from the amateurs and doing stuff like that together. And then other girls from the East Coast coming together and showing that, you know what, we're female boxers, but just because you're a female boxer doesn't mean you can't get dolled up. You can't be pretty. Your feminine side doesn't have to be fighting with your athletic side.
Of course. And you've told me this before weigh-ins. The way that you like to relax is doing your makeup, doing your hair, and getting all dolled up. So is that kind of like your moment to glam is before your weigh-ins?
Before my weigh-ins, you know, I wake up super early because I'm already really thirsty and hungry, so I can't sleep anymore. So I wake up and I start playing with my hair. I do my hair and it's relaxing. It's soothing to me. And then I look super skinny, so I'm like, ooh, I'm liking myself. I like it. So I start doing my makeup, and then everybody knows I go up in bikinis. It's my thing, you know. I like to get dressed up. I do it for myself. I have fun, and it's something that, you know, just relieves the stress from waiting for a weigh-in.
And, you know, you're talking about the support that you give, you know, the other female boxers with the retweets and all of that stuff. But I also want to talk about, where does the feistiness come from? Because I have seen you put some trolls in their place, whether it's on Instagram or on Twitter. Do not mess with Sulem. I will tell you that right now.
You know, people see this like petite little girl and, you know, they think that she's super sweet, and I am. But once it comes to like gym time or boxing talk or something like that, oh, I go complete savage. The people around me know me, and they know that in the gym they can't mess with me, and I talk a lot of smack, and I will back it up. And so I just, you know, I think we have to respect one another, but at the same time, don't come at me in a rude way, because I will let you have it.
Yeah. Well, the best part about it is that you can back it up. So if I ever say anything wrong, I'm running straight to you to protect me.
I try my best not to fight with media, so you're okay.
Yes. I love that. All right, Sulem, 2020, it kind of feels like things are slowly not getting back to normal, but slowly kind of starting up again. So hopefully boxing will be next in line to kind of get the gears going and get things moving. So what is next for you in 2020? What are you hoping to see happen?
You know, first off, I want to get back into the ring and just continue fighting here in the U.S. I know there's some talk about fighting for some small belts and then coming up on a world championship. You know, I'm not in a rush. I'm learning, I'm developing, and there's some big fights that are going to be made in the future. And I want a mega fight, not a woman's mega fight, a mega fight with 2 women in it. So that's what I want to build up for, and one day have all the belts.
All right, Sulem, you take care in Arizona. Before we let you go, anything you want to say to everybody at home that's tuned in, watching, and supporting you?
I appreciate everybody that follows me on all social media, that retweets me, that shows me love out on the streets and going to the fights. Every little thing I appreciate. Without you all, we don't survive in this sport, and I appreciate you. Thank you, and continue to support all these women in the sport, because it's only going to help me.
All right, Sulem, we will talk to you again soon. Stay safe, take care, And I'll text you later because I feel like I might need some protection from you in the near future.
I got you, girl.